20 minutes to 9 o'clock. Well, plenty of people check their horoscope each day. While for some it's just a bit of fun, others plan their lives by it. But is there any truth to astrology and our stars? I'm joined by leading astrologer Milton Black and Richard Saunders from Australian Skeptics. Good morning to you both. Now, Milton, astrology began thousands of years ago when people looked at the stars, but is there much truth to it that you can run your life by it?
Well, you don't actually run your life by it. You actually look at it as a guide, basically. Planets influence, but they don't compel you to do things. And all an astrologer is basically is a navigator. It's like going to the Sydney to Hobart yacht race. The navigator says, we turn right here, we tack there, we do this. And an astrologer does exactly the same in the Sea of Destiny.
Okay, but that means there's a link between your life and the stars.
Yes, there is. As far as astrologers are concerned, there is. It's not a mundane science like some skeptics think it is. It's basically an art. And what the astrologer is doing is putting the stars or the planets into a pattern in their destiny and interpreting them and giving them an idea of they're going in the right direction or not.
All right, Richard, the moon affects the tides. Is there any possibility the stars and the planets could affect us?
To a minute degree. In fact, the camera you're looking at right now has far greater effect on you in any physical sense than all the planets combined. But it's interesting, this is the International Year of Astronomy. So, Milton, it's time to put down your horoscope and pick up your telescope. Astronomy shows us the universe of wonder, of beauty and excitement, far greater than any psychic or astrology fantasy.
Well, Richard, I'll just explain. I thank the astronomers sincerely, because if it wasn't for their ephemeruses that they put out, astrologers would be out of business. It's as simple as that.
No, astrologers would keep going no matter what. We call them unsinkable rubber ducks.
We've got to basically know where the planets are, and it's the astronomers that actually put the ephemeris out and tell us what position that planet is in at that time. And that's important, because if we don't know that, we can't predict.
Oh, yes, you can. You could just make it up as you go along.
I wish we could.
But hang on. But Milton, some of the astrology predictions that you read in the paper and magazines just seem so general, they could apply to anyone.
Yes, I agree with you entirely on that, Koshi, because, look, the magazines and the papers are basically an entertainment type of situation and give you a guide on the sun signs for the day or the week. But you've got to go to a professional astrologer, sit down, work out the time of birth, the place of birth, the longitude and latitude, where that person was born. Then the astrologer gets down to the nitty-gritty and can tell you all about yourself.
Okay, all right. We put you to the test. We've given you Richard's chart, all the details. Now tell us, what does it show?
Well, actually, you haven't given me Richard's chart at all. What you've given me is Dr. Martin Bridgebird's chart. And this is what I did with Martin. So I'm going to tell you about Martin, not Richard.
Well, and Milton, what use is that? I mean, you can say anything you like, and he's not here to correct you?
No, I didn't get to, you see, I spent all last night doing the birth date of Martin's horoscope. And, of course, I got his correct time, his date of birth, and everything.
Well, that's really strange. Milton, you're also billed as Australia's leading psychic. Didn't you know it would be me today?
No, that's not true. The thing is, you always look for the sudden and unexpected.
You're not Australia's leading psychic? It says that on your website.
More of an astrologer and psychic, I suppose. I suppose they put the two together. Okay, just off the top of my head, what's your birthday?
Who is Martin?
Dr. Martin Bridgestock is a leading skeptic from Queensland, but he's not here. How can he possibly confirm or deny anything that Milton comes up with?
Well, that's the birth date I was given. And I thought he was going to be on this morning. So I'm sorry about that. Richard, what's your birth date anyhow? Let's take it from the top of the head.
My birth date is the 28/11/65, the 28th of November. That makes me a what?
Okay. All right, makes you a Sagittarian?
No, it doesn't, Milton. That is where the sun was at the moment I was born. The sun is clearly in the sign of Scorpio. How can you get it that wrong?
No. It's you're a Sagittarian. Now, he's got Scorpio on the ascendant. That's what you've got. Born at, what, 4 o'clock in the morning?
How did you know that? Because that's the information I gave to the producers.
Well, there you go. There you go. Just rewind that. Now, actually, what you see with Richard is not what you really get, because deep down, he's quite a secretive type of person. Now, as a kid, he actually drove his teachers, his parents, everybody crazy. And the reason for this is because he's got an inquisitive mind. Now, he's a very nostalgic guy. He lives in the past a little bit. But the fact is, that's fine. But he's basically a guy that always wants to know, very, very curious. But the trouble is, he's always looking for things, Koshy. Now, if I met Richard, saying about 6 years up the track and said, "Hi, Richard, how are you going?" He said, "Fine, thanks, Milt. Have you found what you're looking for yet?" He says, "No, but I'm still looking around the corner here," because he's always looking for something new to do. And I think basically on that date, he's got a good horoscope.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. But Milton, if you're such a good astrologer, why are you using cold reading and Barnum statements? I mean,
Well,
any
because-
magician can do that. We've got books that teach you how to do exactly the statements you've just told me now.
Actually,
They're called
Richard,
Barnum
when you're a
statements.
professional like me, 40 years in the business, you can come to these situations very quickly.
I see. All right, listen,
Okay.
Milton, I'm going to challenge you directly. We can give you the birth dates of six people who believe in astrology, and we can see how accurate you are. Will you take me up on that challenge?
Oh, not this morning, I won't, because I'd have to sit down and do the charts for
no,
you, Richard.
in the
but-
future.
In the
Oh, in the
future.
future, I'd be very happy.
And
Very
we'll-
happy in the future. I can
And
tell you all
we'll
about
check back
those people.
later in the week or next week and see how you go. All right, guys. We'll check back with you then. Thanks for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
If you'd like more information on Milton's astrology or Australian skeptics or who on earth Martin is, details are on our website. I'm just as confused. After 9 on The Morning Show, festive food.